Are you comfortable?
No, I'm always comfortable.
Huh.
My whole life is just about being comfortable. That's how autism works. You just always want to be comfortable, no matter how you get to it. I wake up in the morning, I just want to stay in bed all day. When I go to work, I just want to do dishes all day because that's what I'm comfortable doing. I eat badly because, eating that food I like to eat makes me comfortable. My whole life is just about me being comfortable.
Lane, all I asked you was come up with something funny to say. And then there you go, saying something so emotional, so tragic. But it was kind of boring.
I have Kylo Ren.
Yeah, when don't you have Kylo Ren? You know what? This is going on for too long. Schwa the roll call. Eiji Tsuburaya, the man who created something from nothing. Godzilla. Ultraman. But when those who don't give his franchises enough credit, these podcasters will do it justice. For they are
Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger!
Love our Hall of Fame's Ultraman. Ultra Yellow Canister, gone.
The other son of Belial, Ultra Pinkcaster Lane!
Sprung the love on one of Japanese beloved franchises.
Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger! Shra!
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, the show where we talk about Kylo Ren's past, present, future, Snoke, and all Sith in between.
That is a terrible.
I'm your host, Kylo Ren.
That is a terrible Adam Driver freaking impersonation.
Sorry, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Ugh!
No, even that was a terrible one.
The Supreme Leader is dead!
Yes, Lane, you have a new Star Wars figure.
I like Star Wars.
In other news, the sky is blue and oxygen is breathable. At
And
least now, give it 50 years.
Ultraman come from the planet M78.
Not always true.
They either come from U40 or N50, I think?
U50.
U50.
No, O50.
O50 and Planet Toy.
Planet Toy. Anyways, we're here to talk about Ultraman episodes 20 and Ultraman Tiga episode 20 and episodes 7 and 8 of Ultraman Taiga, including the Tri-Squad voice dramas of episodes 6, 7, and 8.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, let's get into some news. I didn't realize we had news. I was like, oh yay, sweet, a freeless news episode. It's like, oh no, who am I kidding? There's always news. That's one. Let's see how many coughs Lane does throughout this episode. Keep track, everyone. Leave your comment down below. Oh wait, I forgot. This is Ultraranger. No one comments, like, ever.
Yeah, really. Like Thunderburst Orb does it.
Yeah. So, in Thailand, there's some, like, Ultraman Buddha artwork.
What the fuck?
A group of Buddhist hardliners in Thailand filed a police complaint against a young female artist on Wednesday, September 10th, 2019, that depicts images of Buddha as the 1960s Japanese superhero character Ultraman.
Yeah, I can understand why they'd be pissed off about that, because it's kind of doing a mock-up of their deity and, who they worship.
Yeah. The complaint over 4 paintings displayed last week at a shopping mall in northeastern Thailand highlights ultra-conservative Buddhist groups have been
emboldened to go farther than establishment religion's authorities in combating perceived threats to their faith. Buddhism, followed by more than 90% of Thais, is one of 3 traditional pillars of Thai society alongside the nation and the monarchy. The paintings were removed from the exhibition last week, and the artist, a fourth-year university student whose name has been withheld for her safety, had to publicly apologize to northeastern Nakhon Ratchasima province's chief monk in front of the provincial governor. In the past, that might have been the end of the incident.
Yeah, so Thailand doesn't really like Ultraman that much.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that she drew up Buddha as Ultraman, and that's kind of disrespectful to what Buddha represents.
Well, this isn't even the first time
No.
this has happened.
Yeah.
For instance, one of the most famous ones being, there was a book removed from Thailand featuring Ultraman King, in which he was referred to being a Buddha type of character. You know, like at the time, Ultraman King was, you know, the be all end all of Ultraman.
Yeah.
Can't really have that.
No. Like, not even like China using Ultraman as like a CGI villain in like a movie isn't as bad as this.
Well, that is because, you know, China they don't care about copyright laws.
It's cool if you make fan art of shit people, but do not do it of like religious figures because like you will offend so many people.
But there was an entire movie based on having a fictional character represent a religious figure. It was called Man of Steel.
Sure, the Jesus things were there, but like that's not the point.
He was flying out in the pose of Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, he was just getting himself fucking room to fly. I don't know. He was just flying backwards.
He's in space.
Sure, whatever. I wasn't thinking Jesus at all when I watched Man of Steel. I was like, oh look, there's Superman backing out of a fucking ship to go fly back down to Earth. That's what I was thinking about. People go way too fucking into this shit.
It's not that they're going way into it. It's visibly on screen.
Whatever. Anyways, like, I will say these paintings are pretty fucking good. But Buddha looks fucking badass as an Ultraman. But yeah, don't do that. Not cool.
Nope.
You know what's funny?
What?
There's a movie about Buddha, and Keanu Reeves played him.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's about like the origins of Buddha. Like, you should read up on the origins of Buddha. It's actually really interesting. He was like a prince who had like fucking everything, and then he wanted to know what life was like outside of royalty.
Wasn't there?
And then he found peace.
Wasn't the whole thing in South Park was like they censored Buddha?
No, they censored Muhammad.
Yeah, Muhammad. That's it.
Because like
Muhammad doesn't have a physical form.
He doesn't have a physical form. It's however you interpret him to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's cool paintings, but don't do that.
Yeah.
Do not disrespect Buddha.
I wouldn't even have brought this up if it weren't for Northcaster sharing it with us. So 2 episodes in a row, or episode 95, I think, where we talked about Scat Ultraman. There are some very, very confusing things featuring Ultraman.
Yeah.
So, let's get on to some canonical things about Ultraman. First thing being is we have a English trailer for the Ultra Galaxy Fight miniseries coming up in like 10 days, 11 days, as of this recording.
It's still happening?
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Victory one.
No. That's Ultra Victory Fight.
Same thing. Tomato.
Yeah, we got a trailer for Ultraman Ginga.
Ginga, Victory. They're the same person.
Ginga Victory? Ginga Victory.
Victory is the true protagonist, I guess.
Yeah,
Should have just been called Ultraman Victory starring Ginga. I have no idea
featuring
why.
Ginga.
I have no idea why they had to make like a second season of Ginga. It's because they didn't do it right the first time, so they're like, no, we gotta get it right. Give us a second chance to fucking do this right.
That I would actually like to know. Why do
they do Ginga again?
Well, no, it's just, how come Ginga-S got, like, why is Ginga-S an actual thing?
Well, it only had like 8 episodes, right?
12.
12 in the first season?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or, no, 11 episodes, then 2 movies, and then Ginga-S is 16 episodes. So 11 plus 16 is 27 episodes.
Yeah.
So 27 episodes.
Maybe they're just
3
like,
movies.
we need to make Ginga a full length.
You know what?
Series.
It sold well with Spark Dolls, so let's just do another season.
That's true.
You want to see the trailer?
Not really.
The
voice acting is awful.
No, I want to show it to you.
No.
Yes.
Fine.
All right, we'll be right back.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Woohoo.
Oh, I thought you were saying boo.
Well, yeah.
Boo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the dub's probably not gonna be good.
No, it won't.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's 13 episodes of it.
At least it's written by the guy who did Ultra Fight Victory, because Ultra Fight Victory was good.
And directed by Koichi Sakamoto.
Yep. So the action's gonna be good.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna pull out a calculator right now. Because it says each episode's gonna be 5 minutes long. So 5 times that by 13.
65. So
Yeah,
it's like
65.
over an hour.
It's just an hour-long special.
Yeah.
Featuring...
So it's pretty much a movie.
It's pretty much a movie. Featuring...
And someone's going to condense all the parts together.
Featuring 7 heroes.
Yep. Jito being one of them, which I'm happy about. Jito's my boy.
Now,
Why he's all the way in the back there like that. Like,
well, now I'm just wondering, like... Will the human hosts be in this?
Also, I just realized something.
What?
So I was thinking about this today. We saw, like, remember last episode I was talking about, like, I was like, oh, it's interesting that they're using, like, Orb Origin for, like, the cover of Ultraman Orb.
Yeah?
They shouldn't do that. That's spoilers.
How's it spoiler?
Because, remember when we watched Orb, we didn't think, we questioned, I wonder what Orb looks like himself. But then we didn't think we'd see that, and then it happened. Like, that is, like, the biggest fucking plot thing in the show is, oh my god, we get to see Orb's true form. So I don't think they should have spoiled that on the cover. Should have just showed the Space Team Superion.
Yeah.
Because his gimmick is, he fuses into other Ultramen.
That is true. That is very true.
So, boo on you, Mill Creek, for spoiling Orb.
I don't know. No.
Piece of shit.
Looks like we gotta go to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is.
Yeah, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. So, when we talked about the Denko Chojin Gridman book,
Mm-hmm.
you know how I was mentioning, McGirt, there's Gridman mangas out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not a manga, it's a novelization.
Oh, it's novelization of the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Like it's a novelization to the point where I'm not even going to read what it's about because it's legit just the show. And it's weirdest thing is that it's not even like an interesting twist. It's like, oh, here's it from like a certain character's point of view. It's just, nope, here's the entire story in book form.
But you can't see Rika's legs in the form of a novel.
Probably described it.
Oh.
Yuta walked out and...
Notice Rika's freaking thick-ass thighs. She does have thick-ass thighs. They're very nice. I'm still I'm wondering if I should get the Figma about her. You know, with her ponytail for.
Lane, she's 14.
Doesn't stop everyone else in Japan.
Like, it's like one of our friends, he sends me a picture being like, oh, this is why you should watch this anime. And it's like this, like, really attractive girl. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, don't you like it? It's like, no, because I'm not one of those people that fantasize over a drawing.
Ogar. So innocent.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
Gridman, SSSS Gridman the novel.
Comes out September 19th.
Go watch the anime.
Yeah.
If you're a Gridman fan like we are, go watch the anime. It's really good.
Or
especially the ending.
If you're a bigger Gridman fan, go watch Denko Chojin Gridman.
Yeah.
That's the better.
No, but it's still great that this ended up tying into Gridman.
Oh, yeah, but everyone that doesn't know about Gridman's origins were probably like...
Why does he look so old,
looking? It's the original form of Gridman! It's like... What?
Good to be!
What's a Gridman? What's a dick? It's Deke. We all pronounce it dick at one point.
I think I did too, and I probably chuckled to myself many times.
Alright. So there was a news story that we talked about many, many years ago.
Yep.
It was a prop replica of the Ultra 7 eye-slugger.
Yeah.
And we made jokes about it, being like, oh yeah, what if someone wanted to get this surgically embedded into their head? Or like,
oh, use it as like a back scratcher.
oh yeah, that'd be funny. Use that as a back scratcher. Funniest thing. Premium Bandai is like, wait, we could make money off of that.
So they made a back scratcher of his eye
Of
slugger.
Ultra 7's eye-slugger.
And you know what's funny? It does look like his eye slugger.
Just...
It's 6,600 yen too, so it's not like $300.
And it comes out in March of 2020.
Oh look, there's them actually making it. It's made out of wood.
Funniest thing is that, so right beside the pictures, there's like Amazon stuff that you can buy. And one of them is a back scratcher for $6.
Now what they need to do is, they need to really up their game. Zero Slugger.
It's the same damn thing.
Yeah, but there's two of them. So you can
Just buy
doubly
two.
stretch
Just buy two.
No, because that's not accurate. If you're going to be accurate, you got to have the Zero Sluggers.
No, if you want to be accurate, you gotta make it like, 50 freaking meters long, or however the hell long it is on his head. Let's see, Ultra 7's fit. Let's go with the death battle theory. It's like, okay, he's 50 meters tall, and then we analyze the length of his head.
We test their armor, weapons, and skills.
I just question sometimes when they're like that. It's like, oh, when we analyze this mountain range and just how long it is, it's like,
didn't Death Battle do like Dragonzord versus Mechagodzilla?
yeah.
Who won?
Oh, fucking Mechagodzilla obliterated the Dragonzord.
Fuck yeah.
Well, think of it.
Did he use the cryo cannon?
That's how he beat him.
Yeah!
It's like,
Of course he did, because it's a high concentrate of fucking cold energy and it freezes the person on the spot.
yeah.
It's just, the only reason it didn't work in the movie was because Godzilla caught onto it and destroyed it before he can fire a fucking shot. Well, actually he did, he just missed. Because Godzilla was like, I'm fucking on to you, bitch.
Not fired. Missed. I fired. Hit something.
You think Godzilla is causing the accidents? Not a doubt in my mind. Everything started screwing up as soon as that Godzilla showed up.
I fired and missed.
Missed again. Went to the freezer. Grabbed another cryo cannon.
I missed.
You can just use that Game Grumps joke for like anything, and it works.
Oh, one of my favorite Game Grumps jokes is still take the shot.
Do you know why Mechagodzilla won against Dragonzord also?
Why?
Because Dragonzord's a fucking knockoff of Mechagodzilla. So of course the knockoff can't beat the original. Wait, so it was Kiryu then that he fought?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so the really good one.
Yeah, they specified in the battle that it is the Millennium Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, Kiryu.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. They didn't.
The best one.
Yeah, they didn't add anything else. They didn't add like Showa era stuff or Heisei stuff. It's just, here's what we have on the Millennium Kiryu.
Yeah, see, because my personal favorite Mechagodzilla is the original one, but I acknowledge that Kiryu is the best of Mechagodzilla.
The ultimate life form.
Hell, someone fucking cosplayed as the original Mechagodzilla. It was fantastic. Like, the jaw moved, the eyes were glowing, his hands fucking spun around. It was fucking incredible.
Also, here's another thing that I've learned. If we're bringing up older episodes and older jokes, you know how we reviewed, or yeah, the correct term would be review in a sense, Ultraman Zero versus Dark Clop Zero, and how we kept making Mewtwo jokes about Dark Clop Zero.
Yeah.
Funny thing,
He was inspired by Mewtwo armor.
the guy who created that Mewtwo armor is the guy who illustrated the newer generation of Ultramen.
Oh, fuck.
So that wasn't on purpose.
Huh.
Or so it's like,
That was on purpose.
yeah, it's like, oh.
Oh, that's why that training armor kind of reminds
Yeah.
you. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the new Mewtwo movies now.
It's not new. It's just a 3D remake of the first movie. And it's awful looking. Like, people hate it.
And speaking of Pokemon, Holy shit.
Oh, fucking Surfetched?
No, Ash finally won.
Oh yeah, Ash finally won the
can't-
Alola.
All right,
The Pokemon
let me specify this. Ash won a canonical Pokemon League because he did win in the Orange Islands,
Yeah, but it's not canon.
and he beat the Battle Frontier. And
Did he beat the Battle Frontier?
yeah, he beat the Battle Frontier in the Hoenn region.
Then why are people fucking complaining he's never won anything?
Because it's not an actual league.
Oh, for fuck's sake! The Battle Frontier is pretty fucking dude.
OP.
I think
Especially when two members have legendaries on their team.
Also, the Battle Frontier is even bigger than the Pokemon League because it has like 6 buildings, each of them full of trainers, and then like the head of each building.
One of them had an Articuno on their
I
team.
couldn't beat the Battle Frontier in Emerald because it was so hard.
One of them had an Arcanine, that new aerial ace.
Yeah, well, because fucking Arcanine's like fast to win. Anyways, that's cool. Dark Club Zero was inspired by Mewtwo.
I could go on for hours about Pokemon, but not really.
Yeah, also Surfetched, the Farfetch'd evolution was announced today, and it's fucking awesome.
So does that...
Everyone's nuts about it.
So does that make Farfetch the region exclusive?
Yeah.
Because he's far?
Yeah.
He's a Farfetch?
It's a Farfetch.
That should have been the evolution of Farfetch.
Do you have a Farfetch'd?
Me?
Yeah. Like in Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was this...
So that was the
There was a few years ago. Like
that was the American exclusive, or like the UK exclusive?
Asian.
Asian exclusive.
Yeah.
That's right.
UK exclusive is Mr. Mime, who
and
I got,
Australia's Kangaskhan.
which I still
And then
need to get.
we have Tauros.
Yeah, then we got fucking Tauros. Fucking Tauros!
Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out in November
Buy him.
2019. Go get it. I'm getting the 2-pack. I'm just gonna play both games.
Me and my sister are getting the 2-pack because, you know, my sister and I, we always go, like, which one do you want?
Are you getting Sword or Shield?
That I still need to discuss with her.
You should get Sword then, because Surfetch is a Sword exclusive.
Whichever one I get.
I want to play. I want to play Shield, but I feel like I need to play Sword because that's where the fighting gym leader is, and I want to fight her so badly. She's fucking hot. Anyways, cool. Back scratcher. Yay.
Back scratcher.
I joked that turned into reality. Who fucking knew?
Now, if only we could get Ultraman Gar to be a thing.
Ultraman Lane.
Well, Gar makes a bit more sense because Gar is another word for big.
Also, I'm finally becoming more of a man now because I've been growing out my beard.
A neck beard.
Yeah. Hey, it's not that bad.
Milady. Nice.
That's my no chin I have. I don't have a chin.
Here comes no chin.
Also, October is soon among us, and which that means I will be watching the entire first season of the Ultraman anime. I'm looking forward to it.
I just realized there's 11 pages of notes.
Jesus, you were a busy boy.
It's because I, was very in detail about a lot of things.
Also, Gar and I were watching a certain something yesterday, and let's just say we have an idea for something that we want to do next year. But we won't talk about it now.
Well, we'll talk about it in the Christmas update video
Yeah.
that I am going to force onto all of us.
Uh-oh.
Because everyone's like, oh, why should we do an update video? Because I'm going to be like, well, because we fucking should. You pieces of shit.
Whoa.
Not really.
Anyways, on to Ultraman.
光の国から地球のために
ピータとカルラのウルトラマン
So, episode 20, that dreaded Route 87.
Oh, okay, so we're like 21 routes to 66?
Car stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking of that song.
Route 66.
Watch Cars. It's good. Not Cars 2. Cars 3 I have yet to watch, but I've heard it's really good.
Do watch it. It is the Rocky Balboa of animated movies.
Cool.
So if you like...
I like the Rocky movies a lot.
No, like Rocky Balboa.
Oh, like the 6th movie?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's one of my favorites. Rocky 3, Rocky Balboa. So yeah, the kaiju of this episode was Highland Dragon Hidora.
It's over, Ultraman!
Or as
I have the high ground.
Or as I fucking call him, just knockoff Rodan. He literally looks like a fucking knockoff of Rodan.
If Rodan had proper arms.
Yeah. And it's funny, Cinnamowins did a everything great about King of the Monsters. He overall enjoyed the movie. He just prefers 2014 more.
Also, how it should have ended of Godzilla King of the Monsters came out.
Oh, cool.
I have yet to watch it. But I do like their joke with the 2014 one. Everyone's cheering and applauding for Godzilla for saving the city when it's completely destroyed. Superman comes in. He's like, oh, I see. Everyone complains when I destroyed the entire city to save you all. But you're all cheering for him? Good job, Godzilla. Godzilla does like a belly flop into the water, floods the entire city.
That's funny.
So yeah.
So yeah, this guy's just like a giant fucking knockoff of Rodan. Like it's just like I don't know. He kind of had like that same kind of style as Rodan. It might just be because he's a bird. But
he's not Birdon.
But he was. Do not say that name in front of me. No, Birdon is my least favorite kaiju in all of Ultraman. Fucking hate him.
What about Offbird?
What's that?
Nothing.
Is there a kaiju named Offbird?
No, there isn't.
What's up, Bird?
What's up, Bird?
Is there actually a kaiju named Offbird?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just making that up.
Oh, okay. Bird on, bird off.
Bird off! Bird off, Ricky!
So yeah, this is pretty dark episode because it's about a kid who drew a kaiju for a contest for a zoo, I think, or it was a bird sanctuary or something.
I think it was a zoo. They never.
It showed just birds. So I think it was a bird sanctuary.
No, there was also camels.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
so
elephants.
okay, yeah. So it's like a park. It's like a petting zoo. Or something. I saw turkeys, and I will not be embarrassed to say this. I'm deathly afraid of turkeys. Those are killer fucking birds.
The episode refers to this park as Umoroyama
Park.
Yeah,
Umoroyama Park. But yeah, so there's this they had a contest to erect a statue of a fictional creature. So one of the kids drew Hidra.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say freaking Gabadon again.
So he was,
or not Gabadon, the monster that was drawn up by the elementary school kids.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
I
think it was Gabadon, wasn't it?
No, I think
it was Gabadon.
I need to look this up. We keep talking. Keep talking.
So it's just really tragic because the kid gets fucking hit by a car in a hit and run. That's why it's the Dread Route 87 or something like that, because
yeah, so this guy hit this kid named Muto. Oh, sorry, I should go back to the notes.
And he died.
Yeah, the kid died.
It's a real shame. So then what everyone assuming is, because Japan, they love their fucking legends and shit like that. They assume, the soul of the kid is inside Hidora. And so, now, what I thought at first was, I thought he was the statue. So it's he's encased in the statue and he bursts out of the statue. No, the fucker bursts out of a goddamn mountain that's right overlooking the fucking park.
All right, Gavadon.
Wow.
I think our subs called him Gabadon, but the Ultra Wiki calls him as Gavadon.
I like Gabadon more.
Yeah, Gabadon.
I like with the B.
Yeah.
We also got a really, really funny shot of because they have one of those chair lifts, and we just saw
ski lifts.
Yeah, so we saw Ide, Arashi, and Hayata.
No, it was Hayata, Cap, and Arashi. Ide stayed at the base.
Oh yeah, and so we
orange outfits. They're just going up. I'm and this is why no one takes Ultraman seriously.
Also, fuck you, Gar. There are more than just 5 of them in the fucking building.
Oh no, I owe you money that I don't have.
So, the ghost of the kid or whatever shows up to Fuji and he's like, "Oh, watch out for Hidora! He'll kill you, all of you!" And then he disappears. So then Ide goes and calls the guards at the front desk of the building and just goes "Hey, can you not let fucking kids come past you?" There hasn't been any kids. We wouldn't even let a fucking cat come by.
You're drunk again, aren't you?
You're losing it. Drink coffee. That's what Cappy's suggesting. Maybe that's why Cap keeps suggesting coffee. Because he's just a drunk. He's an alcoholic.
He's a drunk.
He's a struggling alcoholic.
Arashi looks like a drunk. On. Give it. Give it. I'm telling you.
Whoa.
There's a bunch of kaijus out
but yeah, so obviously the Science Patrol HQ, there's more than just the 5 of them. So they got front desk people. Probably have people who do their laundry, cook their food, clean the bathrooms.
there. Bone them.
I mean, yeah, there's probably a spa, some masseuses, stuff like that.
I literally just chugged the rest of my beer.
Yeah, you did. Good for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just like they like at first think it's like bullshit, but then like Fuji just tells them like, oh, go investigate it anyways, because like, you know, it's kind of creepy that the ghost of this dead child just told us. And then they like look into him and they find out, oh, that's the kid who I saw, and then they find out he's dead, and they're like, what the fuck?
He's dead.
So then like the mountain bursts and like it's weird. Like next to Rodan, every time I see a mountain explode and like anything with a kaiju in it, I'm just expecting Rodan to fly out of that fucking mountain.
Or the pink pterodactyl Zord.
Yeah, where do you think the pink pterodactyl Zord got that from? Fucking Rodan.
Ghidorah?
No, Rodan.
But Rodan came from... That's not how Rodan always came out.
Really?
No, that's just 2019
Oh.
Rodan.
Well, that was still cool.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's based off Gozla.
Maybe the pink pterodactyl Zord's based on
This is
Ghidorah.
before Gozla. Oh.
What the fuck's it? Gozla?
Yeah, from Tiga.
Alright.
Yeah, burning Gozla.
Right. Fire Gozla.
Fire Gozla. So like it's just the mountain explodes. It's fucking wrecking everything. Like I'm surprised they all survived at all. Like it was amazing.
How
they
far
did.
away were they from that mountain?
Fuck if I know. All I know is the chairlifts got fucking destroyed.
Oh no, not the
Now they
chair.
can't get down. But eventually they do. And so they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And then they're like, okay. And the Cap's just like, no, we gotta fucking destroy this thing. Like, we got.
Okay.
And then, so of course they fly around. They try to get it. Arashi and Haita are in like the VTOL together.
No,
And what happens?
No, not even before that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Just something that bugged me a bit was like, so Ghidorah can fly because you know it's a bird monster.
It's a bird monster. But he looks silly when he's flying.
And Cap tells Arashi and Hayata, get to the G vault or the jet VTOL. We'll fly after it. We never see them go after it. It just flies off. Like commercial, you can tell that's when the commercial break comes in. Cuts back to them at the base, being like, "We let it get away." It's like, but we never saw you actually pursue it. So I'm just gonna acknowledge you guys got to the jet, and it was already gone.
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
Well, it's a bird kaiju, so it's probably really fast. It probably like flies at like fucking Mach 5 or something like that.
Of course, the wolf can fly.
Oh god, Rampage. We're gonna talk about that movie someday.
But yeah, it's like, all right, what do we do? Well, we don't even know where it went. It's like, but it's a bird. Chances are it'll come back home.
Oh, that makes more sense.
What?
It's called Hydra. Hidora. It's Hydra. We're just calling it by how they're pronouncing it. The romanization is Hydra. Hey, glider!
But isn't Hydra like a snake?
No. Oh, it showed up in Ginga. There's a cameo in Ginga.
Oh, it's a cameo. That's why. Trying to find
60 meters. Now I'm just trying to find what it's based off of. Well, being named after the famed monster in Greek mythology does not resemble Greek's interpretation of the Hydra at all. Hydra's suit would later be reused and heavily modified into Gigas. I don't know what that is. In Ultraman Ginga, Hydra appeared alongside King Pandon, Alien Temperer, and Gomez in the Dark Spark War.
Oh, okay. So it was in the background.
Hydra's design is adapted from the original plans for Bemular. It is often thought that the design was also partially brought by Nikatsu to make Gappa, but that is unclear.
So it's this giant bird monster.
Yeah, so its name is Hydra, but it has no affiliation with the actual Greek monster, the Hydra.
So I'm just gonna keep calling it Ghidorah.
even call it Hydra. That's the technical name for it.
Hidora.
Yeah, which the romanization in English is Hydra. Hang glider!
Oh, yeah, hang glider.
So like Arashi and like
and again,
they managed to injure it.
Oh yeah, Arashi hit himself
With the fucking spider gun.
Spider shot.
Spider shot.
That was right. Ow!
Fuck you! And like he can shoot fire and stuff like that because like he's a bird monster, of course he can.
And then this monster got reincarnated as Big Bird.
So then
Ultraman versus Big Bird. Let's see that happen.
So what is Hayata most known for in Ultraman other than turning into Ultraman? Fucking crashing.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, this is like the 4th or 5th time we've seen him crash the VTOL in this series. Like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe Hayata's just a bad pilot.
Hell! That's what happened to him in the first episode of how he became Ultraman in the first place, because he fucking crashed!
He didn't crash. He got T-boned.
Whatever. He still crashed.
That's not crashing. That's
Falling with style.
That's falling with style.
So, then, like, he injures his arm, and, like, he's in a sling, and then he transforms into Ultraman, but I was like Gar was there when I paused it, and Gar's like, what? I'm like, I was actually really hoping Ultraman would, like, have a sling.
Yes, the sling would grow with him.
Sure, what the fuck not?
Or the joke should have been when he grew, the sling was like the size of his pinky.
No, I guess that's what, like, the reference in Tiga, where, like, Daigo broke his arm, and then he forms into Tiga, and he's like, cool, my arm works.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah. Ow!
Just tries to punch something.
It's just the...
When your hand's asleep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that happens all the time, because I fucking lean on my arm a lot.
Freaking happened to me last night.
You just wake up.
Yeah.
So he's fighting Hydra. Sorry, fuck you. Hydra.
Hidola.
And so he's trying to fight him. He's about to defeat him with the Spacium Ray, but then like Fuji's like, no, don't kill him. And then I guess Ultraman heard that. So then
Ultraman has supersonic hearing.
Yeah. So he's I guess that's true. So he's like, alright, fine. So Hydra just flies away, but then you see like the image of like the boy like riding on him, and it was really weird. Weird. So he just flies off. We never see him again.
Chances are he probably died.
Flew into space.
But
like the thing with Hydra was that he went back to Route 87, and any cars that were like driving on Route 87, he destroyed them.
Yeah, just killed them. Killed them all.
Didn't matter. And like this one guy was like going like, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
This is my
God!
I'm not gonna give away my greatest possession, which is my car.
I love this stuff.
Love my car. I have sex with my car. I married my car.
So in John Wick 2, he went to go get his car back, and then he just totaled it and did not give a shit.
But he got his car back. He got his car back.
Yeah, but now I need to watch John Wick 3, and I'm like, that's gonna be one of the questions in my mind while watching the movie. Like, does he get his car fixed?
No.
Or because it's fucking. Anyways, go watch the John Wick movies. They're good.
Yeah, you should have watched them when they were actually relevant.
Hey. Wow, the vinyl of Hydra looks nothing like him in the show. He's not that brightly colored.
Welcome to the 60s toys.
Gar, put up a picture of normal Hydra and then the vinyl of Hydra.
How about you just give me the picture of vinyl Hydra, because there will be an image of Hydra on screen. Hidora!
Let's call him Hydra, Gar.
No. Never.
Never, fuck that.
It's like how some people call King Ghidorah King Ghidra. Never.
No, I don't. It's Ghidorah. Or Destroyer. It's Destroyer!
Or Destroyer.
Yeah.
The Destroyer.
So then it ends with them saving the park, kinda, and then they're all laughing about it, and they're like, ah.
We saved the park. Hooray? Question mark? What were we doing again? It's weird, because it's like, then they come up with this strange theory that, like, maybe Hidora represents all the kids that die and he like gets revenge for them so that they can go up into the afterlife.
Jesus.
And it's like, wait, how come Fuji got to see the ghost and we didn't? She's like, well, no joke. She says, like, for being an adult, her spirit is still young as a child.
Hi.
And it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
I realized thanks to one of these toy reviews I watched that I consider myself as a kidult. So I'm an adult who likes to just engage in kid stuff.
Don't say that at Parks.
I wouldn't. I watched Horrible Bosses. I know better than to go piss in a playground.
Okay, first off, never watch Horrible Bosses.
I watched both of them.
Why?
Because why not? It was not bad.
I see.
It was like, you know what? It was kind of like more like a dumbed down version of Hangover.
Okay, you watch that. It's a knockoff of Hangover.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is.
You watched them, but you didn't watch Pulp Alert 2?
No, I need to watch Polar too.
Because
now,
now there's a third one apparently.
Yeah, now it's a trilogy, and I am a sucker for fucking trilogies. If there's a trilogy of movies, I will watch them.
Anyways, let's see how Tiga survived the fucking explosion.
So, Guts into Space Part 2. So, yeah, he fucking just... This is the first time we've seen Tiga lose.
Well, he didn't lose.
He lost.
He poofed.
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit, because in the dub of Ultraman Tiga, they're like, oh, if his energy runs out, he's dead.
Yeah,
he dies.
He's straight up dead.
Hell, in the original Ultraman series, they're like, if his color timer goes out, he'll cease to be Ultraman forever.
Forever?
So I guess they decided, like, they can't, if that happens, like, they can't get past that because then the show's over. So they're like, okay, he just runs out of energy and he dehensions. But still, the best one is from fucking Rube. Ah.
Okay, you saw it.
What's I'm gonna watch that clip again.
Just, you have them going, What does Tiga have? A fucking teleporting sound effect from Star Trek.
The sound of the transporter from fucking TNG. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's weird. So like Tiga breaks off the freaking
the leg.
The Gobun's leg.
Steelheads.
Yeah, the Steelhead's leg, and like he grabs him. He like flies up into the air as the explosion's about to go off. His color timer finally just straight like turns off. And it's like he doesn't fall or anything. He just vanishes.
Gone. And then Daigo's just like...
But not like Team 4 Stars, like instant transmission where it's just... It's more like just like he goes translucent and then he just gone.
Yeah. And then like Daigo thankfully is like lying on like a piece of him because like he exploded. Because if he exploded underwater, the whole base would have fucking... went down.
With it, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't made our base out in water.
So, meanwhile, so Yasumi goes and finds Daigo and he's like on a boat.
Yasumi, you left the office!
Yeah, holy shit, he left the fucking... I think he has before.
He's never left the office.
Really? He didn't go with them in the first episode? They went to go check out the pyramid?
He has always, for the last 20 episodes, he's always been in the office.
Fuck.
Don't you know? I will throw this at you.
We need to make a Tiga style, office style opening with Tiga. Just fucking work. I need to do that.
You do it.
I can't. I don't have any editing skills.
Not even that. You don't even have the time.
Ichi tried to show me how to edit once, and then he's like, okay, so let's see what you remember. I don't remember anything. What? I just showed you how. Yeah, I forgot.
I feel like teaching you would be like, and that's how you do it. I just turn around. You're just on the ground in the fetal position.
No, I'm just in my room playing fucking Gears. Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I don't edit. So if you go on my YouTube channel, all my videos are fucking unedited. I don't edit anything.
What is that? 2010 me?
It's 2009 me.
No, 2010 me. Camera falls over. Oh. Back at it. Just keep going.
So meanwhile, the rest of the Guts crew, they're in the Ardesi, still like trying to like figure out how to fucking destroy this thing. So then we see they get closer to like the island, which
Or does the island come closer to them?
Ooh.
Which that's what actually happened. The island got closer to them.
So Gar watched this episode before I did, and so I'm sitting there watching, and I see like the top of the island, and there's just like this like gray rocky background on top of it, and I just look at Gar, I'm like that's where Tiga fights at the end, doesn't he? And you're like, yeah. I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. So they get like gravitated towards there, and then they get trapped inside the island,
Which is like a pocket dimension inside the freaking
it's like a
thing.
universe inside another universe.
Inside a simulation.
But then we find out why the Steelheads are here. They're not here to invade.
Nope.
They're here to destroy the Maxima Overdrive because the humans are not ready for that type of technology.
No, the ability to travel at light.
At ludicrous speed?
At the speed of light?
Speed of ludicrous?
I don't think we're ready for that.
I mean, we weren't ready for it in fucking Star Trek First Contact, but then it happened, and then we met the Vulcans, and the rest is history.
Well, could you imagine what kind of technology we would have if we had the ability to travel at light speed?
We have Star Wars.
Mm.
Or Star Trek.
We would be able to get...
Battlestar Galactica,
We would be able
Babylon
to
5, Farscape,
Hot Tub Time Machine,
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Die Hard.
It's
No, wait, that's not a time travel movie.
not a movie, but Traveling Speed Light.
I mean, Back to the Future's a bunch of
Herbie the
bullshit.
Magic Bug. Herbie Fully Loaded, starring Lindsay Lohan.
Now on Disney Plus.
Yeah, fucking Disney Plus lineup. Holy shit, man.
So much.
I'm gonna be busy with Star Wars for like the next half a year.
Yeah,
That is my goal. In 2020, I'm gonna watch all the Star Wars shows.
Tiga, or Daigo, actually has a... Well, not a goal. Character development this episode.
Yeah, like holy shit! Finally, after like what 17 episodes. So he's like realizing like, oh my god, I lost, but like, and then like this guy just keeps telling him, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the defender of the earth.
I had to go back to older notes to figure out who was what. But okay, so this is what happened. Daigo's laying out in the ocean on some debris from the steelhead.
Mm-hmm.
He has his life flashing before his eyes, which is filled with nothing but freaking kaiju fights.
Yeah.
And he enters like this dream state where he hears like Yuzara, the hologram chick from the first 2 episodes. And like she talks about how like Daigo is light and the light is Daigo, and like he doesn't know what's going on, why it has to be him to do all this. But then like the Keloid from the 3rd episode taunts Daigo, being like he's saying stuff like, "Oh, you have the power of a god, but you're too presumptuous."
Presumptuous.
Yeah, too presumptuous.
Presumptuous.
Thank you. Like with his own failures, basically, he's like so high and mighty, you don't really know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
In which he's just taunting him, and Daigo's like
Getting pissed off.
Yeah, he's like I'm supposed to be the protector of Earth, and I've lost. What am I supposed to do? And what does Yuzara show him? Just shows him his fellow Guts members up in space fighting off the other Steelheads.
And he's like, "That's what you need to do.
Yeah,
Go help your friends."
it's like then the light energy comes down from like generation to generation, and humanity's gonna move into its next generation. But we need to work. But you guys need to work together at that.
Yeah.
So basically, in short, they told Daigo, "Yeah, you failed, but there's still everyone else that can help.
Yeah.
You're not alone."
Yeah, you have your team.
Which I think that's why in the 4Kids opening, the whole thing is Ultraman Tiga can't do it alone. He needs your help.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Comes full circle, everyone.
So then the plan, Daigo thinks of the plan where it's like, oh, well, if I use the Maxima Overdrive in reverse, like while they're using their Maxima Overdrive in the pocket dimension, we can like get them out.
If they do it in reverse, the steelheads won't realize that they're using the energy, so they'll let them go.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that too. So then, so he flies up there, and then obviously he like
saves everyone, but then the biggest of baddest steelheads comes out, and Ogama Gobnu.
And he looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I liked him. I liked his design.
What do you call it? A he?
That's an it.
It's an it.
Yeah, it's a robot, so it's an it.
It. Yeah. I think everyone else will figure it
I
out.
would like to have a robot buddy. It'd be awesome.
Like Bender?
No, more like Rob Williams' character in Bicentennial Man.
Never seen it.
Andrew? Oh, you should watch Bicentennial Man. It's a good movie. It's really sad. Really sad.
What else?
It's just about a robot who wants to be like a human being.
So it's Pinocchio.
Yeah! Pretty much. It's like a more modernized version of Pinocchio, but with Robin Williams. So you know you're going to be in for a good time.
Oh, okay.
It's got the guy from Jurassic Park in it.
Which one?
Like Sam Neill.
Okay.
That's Jeff Goldblum.
But yeah, like the Ogma steelhead comes out, and Daigo's like, well, Tiga time.
Yeah, so he turns into Tiga, and then
it's an important fight when the theme song's playing.
yeah, that's always the thing in Toku. If you ever hear the theme song, like not the instrumental, like with vocals and everything, that's how you know it's a big fight.
It's an important
It's an
fight.
important fight.
Because Ultraman Tiga has been reborn.
So then
Happy birthday!
So then they realize that they can't destroy the island with like their basic weapons. So they realize that they can harness the Maxima Overdrive into like their polar cannons, so they can use that energy in the weapon. So they asked Professor Yao if it's possible, and he's like, "Yes, but I didn't design it to be a weapon." And like they're like, "Well, fuck you. We have no choice. Like it's either that or everyone dies."
Yeah.
So Professor Yao's like, "All right, fine."
And it's not like Rena's telling him this, or friggin' Captain Imaru or Iruma. It's Hori that's telling him this.
Yeah, Hori's fucking telling.
Because Hori's a scientist.
Yeah, and I kind of liked that when Daigo was explaining like how he was planning to get them out. Like Hori immediately knew what he was talking about.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Daigo, you do? Yeah, cats are fun. Daigo, we're running out of oxygen. Hori's fucking losing it.
Hori's like, "Oh yeah, it's all coming together."
It's all coming together.
Daigo's poison for Daigo.
Right, the Ultraman for Daigo.
Daigo's Ultraman.
Daigo's Ultraman.
Ultraman Tiga.
Ultraman Tiga. Yes!
Yes!
Shua.
So... now we just gotta make Kronk in the thumbnail. Somehow just put Kronk in there.
Okay.
Somehow it's all Shuwaing together. That's the name of the episode.
Somehow it's all Shuwaing together?
Yeah. I know you'll make something clever with the thumbnail of Kronk. So he's having a bit of a hard time fighting the Mega Steelhead, and he does, and then...
It's all Shuwaing together.
But then he like flies off, and like he does like a fake out. He plays possum. Like he makes the steelhead think he died, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go back on the ground. And then like he's like, "Sight, caught you! Now you can't move." So like he kind of like stops him, but then he like with the help of the Ardesi or whatever like that, he like uses his Zephyrion ray.
Zeppelion
ray, and just BAM! Fucking blows up the island.
I like Tiga's like
Schwaz.
shouts.
Or his grunts.
Yeah, his grunts.
It's like
Because
Chow!
it's like cha. Like for Ultraman, then you have Tiga where it's like cha.
And you have Ginga who's like, oh yeah.
Just like,
and then they come back and like Daigo sees like Arena like goes up gives him a hug, which it's It's kind of cute because I think Rina and Daigo like kind of have a thing for each other.
Yeah, I think
they're very flirty.
I feel like this two-parter definitely starts to hint at a relationship between the two.
Which honestly, if I looked at, I'm kind of curious to like look ahead in that and see if that's actually a thing.
Spoilers, they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where to the point, I think there's like a direct to freaking TV something, or like an OVA or Gaiden special involving like their son or something.
Cool.
So they at least fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they fuck.
You bastard. Rina's hot.
Hey, that's Ultraman's daughter.
I don't care. He makes a good daughter.
That's Ultraman's daughter.
Hayata's daughter.
And I still liked my joke about the paycheck.
So yeah,
maybe it's a father-daughter trip to Subaru Productions to grab the paycheck.
And then Hori's just like, "Can I get a hug?" And Daigo's like, "I'm good, bud."
Thanks. Thanks, Hori.
So then, like, yeah, Professor Yao like is just like he's bummed out that he's like, so all my 20 years of research was like
down the fucking drain.
But yeah, but then like they like kind of like cheer him up, being like, "Well, we're just not ready for it yet. When the time comes, we have to find out on our own."
Professor Yao then used the maximum overdrive to go up into space. He died when he realized he projected himself straight into the sun. That's the thing. If he goes fast enough, could he go straight through the sun?
No. If you get close to the sun, you get incinerated. You won't even get physically able to touch the sun. You're like miles out from the sun, you'll burn up. It's that hot. It's so hot, Gar.
What if?
No. Phoenix only was able to survive in Wizard because, you know, he's fucking...
Because cartoon logics?
No, he's a Firebird monster.
Oh, well, he is.
He's still burning.
He is something...
Still dying, coming back. Dying and coming back.
He's still a thing called a... Oh, gee, I don't know. A phoenix!
Yeah. Penis!
Pingus! Pingus!
Pingus!
Cartoonus! Wait, wrong show.
Anyways, that was a good episode, Tiga. Good two-parter.
Yeah, now it's an A in there so that we can pretend we're watching Taiga.
So, episode 7, To the Demon's Mountains.
And episode 8, Defeat the Demon.
So, honestly, for this two-parter, I didn't enjoy it that much. It was meh. It's in, like, the subplot about, like, the ghost village and, like, this evil, ancient Cthulhu-looking motherfucker and just this fucking idol girl. It was, like, a net idol, but she has, like, mystical powers because she has like, this magic eye and like lets her do shit, and apparently she has like some real depressive issues because she caused like one of her friends to fucking die because she like predicted it in her tarot cards, something like that.
I'm lost for words with Taiga here.
Like I noticed one of the things that I kind of like, one of my complaints. So We think it's cute every time we see like little mini Taiga, Fuma, and Titus on screen, and they're like little mini.
Because like giant Ultraman in like tiny little space.
Yeah, but that's my complaint. We don't see them enough. And sure, like we get like these audio dramas and stuff like that, but it's not enough.
Like it's not the same because we're just hearing them.
Yeah, we just hear them, and then when they're fighting, they're fighting. They're not really talking that much.
Like how cool would it have been? Like they could have done like a whole kitty thing with this. Like when they're on their way to the village, Homare and freaking like Homare's driving, Hiroyuki's in the driver's seat, the producer's in the back with the net idol, and then behind them in like the back of the car, you just see Taiga, Titus, and Fuma just sitting there playing cards or something. Just,
just have them be doing shit like that. That's what I was expecting.
Like they don't have to be like a huge part of the plot. It's just
let them be like the humor, the fun.
Yeah, just like something that'll catch your attention in the background and be like, what the fuck's going on?
So like, yeah, that's my one complaint about Taiga. Like The action overall is good and stuff like that. The characters are really good. Like honestly, my favorite character right now is Homare. Like, I love that guy. He's so cool. And, like, he does a lot of cool fighting and stuff. And, like, when he hears about, like, the net idol or whatever like that, he kind of just, like, laughs at it. He's like, that's kind of dumb.
He's like, I'm not putting up with this bullshit.
Like, yeah.
Even if I get paid, I'm not putting
like, ooh, like, fucking, there's no such thing as ghosts. And, like, he's just being, like, a real non-believer.
He has a real stick up his ass.
But like, Hiroyuki's just, like, he's like, I think she's cute.
I think he's a bit too gullible.
He, like... That's what's interesting. He's the new guy, but, like, he's taking the new guy thing, like, way too overboard. Like, you know, he doesn't know what space debris is. Like, come on.
Everyone knows what space
knows what space debris is.
Oh, I knew what space debris was when I was, like, freaking 5 years old.
I used to hear about space all the time as a kid. I fucking love space. It's fascinating. But just, like, yeah. So, like, Hiroyuki, he's kind of, like... The heart's there, like the heart of a good protag. Like, he's got a good heart, you know. He's doing what's right, but, like, flesh him out a bit more. Let's go, go more into his past. Like, sure, they keep bringing up the fact that, like, oh, he befriended a little baby kaiju, and then.
But that's all we know about his past.
That's all we know. And Taiga saved him as a kid.
And just, like, I want to know where he lives, because they do. It's not like they live at the office. You see them come and go, like going back to their homes.
Yeah, let's go to his place.
You know, what's Hiroyuki's place like? Does he live with his parents? Where are your parents? Like
in G.
I can't call Child Protective Services.
Like that's why I liked in G. Like, they had the Nebula house. Like, that was their base, but that was also where they lived. And, like, you know, they had, like, their quarters. And then, like, yeah, we learned about what Riku was like from episode 1, like what he was into.
Like, even Rube, freaking, like, their base of operation is their house.
That's where they live. They watch TV and then would turn it off because they were fucking annoyed with seeing what was on TV.
They were annoyed by the first 5 minutes of television.
They just hate the news.
There's some, like, I was ready for Isami to freaking...
Yeah, Rube's okay. Russo Blue, alright. I like that Orb Dark guy, but fuck that. Fuck off.
You know what? If I was adapting Rube, I think the joke would just be, like, they're watching the news, and, like, gradually throughout the show, it just keeps getting negative, to the point where Isami just freaking chucks the TV outside.
And it was just like, the fuck? He saw me. I'm
like,
sorry.
He saw me. What? That was Katsumi's.
I'll rebuild it. I'll fix it. But just, like, yeah, like, so the basis around this episode was, like, there's this ancient, like, Cthulhu mother fucking demon thing called Night Fang. It's ancient. Like, he looked cool. He had, like, a kind of, like, upside down face going on.
I like the skeleton face that he has on his stomach, though.
Yeah, but then if you look, he has an eye, but, like, an upside down mouth.
Yeah, he has, like, a freaking
So if you turn Night Fang upside down, then he looks like he has, like, a proper face, like a giant eyeball.
Yeah, like, he looked good.
Night Fang's design was very interesting. He was a pretty formidable foe.
Oh, we're also introduced to a new version of Alien Babaru. You know, Baba from Orb.
Baba? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked him in Orb. He was fun.
Yeah, MVP of that episode.
That was Dark Baron's actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was also the whole thing with, like, hell, that episode involving Alien Babaru got into more of one of the SSP members. The guy with the glasses.
Shit. I hate myself for not remembering. Something with an S.
Hang on, I'm looking it up.
There's Naomi. I don't know. See, when I don't watch something for a long time, I forget things.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Never forget Naomi's mom, though. She was the best character in that entire show.
Jeddah. It was either Shin or Jeddah.
It was Jeddah.
It wasn't Jeddah?
It was Jeddah.
Yeah, like, we got more about his past with his dad.
Yeah.
It's like
get more of these people's past, people.
Like Homare's past we know of. He fought aliens.
Yeah, well, he, like, lived on the streets and shit and just, like, defended himself from, like, alien gangs. Oh, we're so good. See, we come back to Orb because Orb's, like, a good structure for a good Ultraman series, because it was really good.
And some people are like, oh, you guys just don't like it too much. It's like, no, we're just drawing comparisons.
We're criticizing the show.
It's like, here's how this show did this right.
Yeah.
Over this show.
Yeah.
It's just showing, it's like, this, like, we've seen better from this franchise.
Yeah, and like thanks to the Rube movie, we saw what was great about Rube, and then we went back to thinking about what was good in Rube, and we're like, no, Rube's a good show because of what was good about it. But yeah, so like, just I don't know, like
The biggest thing about this two-parter is the debut of Ultraman Taiga, Photon Earth.
which, holy shit. That is a nice suit.
Figure art, please.
Like, yeah, you know they're gonna make a figure out of
There
that.
better be a figure.
But yeah, he harnesses the power, the energy of the earth and the sun into like a form, and it's really cool looking.
And it's weird because like the way that he gets this ability is like
From the goth girl.
So the net idol is a reincarnation of
like a priestess from
priest.
like feudal Japan who sealed away Night Fang like hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, with her psychic abilities. No, I don't even think it's psychic powers. I think she just has a psychic connection with the Earth itself.
Yeah, and like what happened was she
called upon the Earth to give her energy to seal the monster away.
But then at the cost of like the souls of like all the dead people
that sacrificed themselves to Night Fang.
Yeah, they weren't able to move on to the afterlife, so they've just been stuck as like the villagers in this village, and they act all creepy.
And apparently, according to part 2 of this two-parter, there's like, oh yeah, they've been around for so long, they've just become corrupted. That's why they teamed up with the aliens.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I'll let that slide.
Yeah,
That actually
fair.
sounds pretty
And like Night Fang eventually, like he harvests like the souls of people or like negative energy.
Yeah, he absorbs like the dark, like the suffering energy that everyone has.
Yeah, and like he makes them think like all depressing thoughts. So like Hiroyuki thinks about Shibisuke when he died. Homare's thinking about when Volk died. And then like the net idol's like thinking about like how like one of her friends died because of like her prediction or whatever like that.
You know what Night Fang also reminds me of a bit?
Hmm?
He reminds me of Darkrai from Pokemon.
You know what? I can see it.
How he feeds off of everyone's like darkness.
Yeah, you like Darkrai a lot, don't you?
I love one of my favorite Pokemon movies is The Rise of Darkrai.
I gotta watch all the Pokemon movies again. So
Right.
I stopped watching after Mr. Mew.
Yeah, that was
Veronica Taylor's last fucking role.
Yeah,
as
that
Ash.
was the last time the original voice cast were in a Pokemon movie. That was a good Pokemon movie.
That was a really good Pokemon movie. The fucking Reggies were awesome.
Destiny Deoxys is also a good one. I do recommend the 2 recent ones, I Choose You and The Power of Us.
My favorite though will always be Pokemon Forever, the Celebi movie. That was just the villain was awesome.
I don't really have a favorite one. See, this is how kind of boring this two-parter is. We're talking about Pokemon movies.
Yeah, but like there were some interesting things, like Taiga was getting like that's another thing too. Like Taiga's supposed to be our fucking main hero, but he keeps getting his fucking ass kicked, and then like he's counting on Fuma and Titus to fucking help him out.
That's kind of the problem, especially since the show is only 24 episodes. So it's like we can't really have. I feel like if this was a full 50 episode show, we could get like full character progression for everyone.
And that's the other thing. Like, they're supposed to be the Tri-Squad. Don't have them fighting one by one. Have them fight together. Like, let's see them fight as a team. Like, that's fine, like, if you're copying what Rube did, but it's just plus one more Ultraman. Have all 3 of them on screen. Have them work off each other. Like, no, Fuma, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, I'm trying to fucking do it. And they're just, like, arguing with each other over, like, who gets to fucking kill him or something.
Yeah,
like in the audio dramas, they're so good because they're fucking...
They're bantering
their
off...
chemistry.
Yeah, their chemistry is bound...
They're constantly arguing with each other about shit. And, like, this is the shit we need to see in the show.
This shouldn't... It's like my complaint with Kamen Rider X-Aid. It's like, all the extra content shouldn't be in the miniseries or like in the specials. It should be in the actual show.
Yeah. So, like, I honestly, I think that's a real bad thing, is that, like, we only see one of them at a time. Like, when they all should be fighting. I hope eventually we see all 3 of them fight together at the same time.
One of the biggest rumors is that Hiroyuki will get kidnapped and the Tri-Squad will go to Kana, Parika, and Homare.
Oh, to like use them as like vessels.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that'd be cool.
Like Kana will use Kana will use Taiga, Homare will use Fuma, and Parika will use Titus.
Oh, I think Homare should be Titus.
Because Parika has a thing for Titus.
Oh yeah.
Which I have a thing for Parika.
Parika is pretty hot. I gotta say.
She is.
She's okay.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say hot. Well, she is hot, but like she's very pretty.
That's what I want to say. It's like her smile's just like it's something that like warms your heart.
And she's very helpful on the team.
Yeah, she's like everyone
like
cover
they want to know about this net idol.
Ears.
So,
just
they want to know everything about this net idol, and then she's like, okay, Google's her up, and it's like, oh, she did a dance video in an abandoned hospital.
And she does things, and
she camps out in graveyards at night. Oh, she dyed a cursed doll's hair. Like, all right.
Okay.
But yeah, and then so like Titus thinks of the idea of like, oh, we should just like send the sound wave back at him, but also combine it with like our ultralights, and then we can like stop it from happening.
Kind of right on that. Kana's the one that came up with the idea of sending the other sound wave to the general area so that everyone can wake up from so Night Fang's sound wave is inaudible, making everyone leave the area.
Mm-hmm.
Titus is the one that brought up the idea of, well, if it was sealed away with the Earth's energy, chances are some of it is still dormant in it. If we get Aya, the idol, if we get her to use her psychic connection with the Earth to draw out that energy and give it to us, we can have a fighting chance.
Yeah, and she does that. She like strips off her costume, takes her eye patch off.
And keep in mind, Titus is saying all this while doing squats on the idol's shoulder.
Yeah, and like I was like, how's my shoulder feel heavy? Oh fuck! What? Like that was funny. Like just the whole time he's thinking of this like genius fucking plan, and he's just squatting.
And he's just doing squats like.
He's doing squats. He's training because Titus is out of shape, and he's like I haven't worked out in 12 years.
You know what? Titus with Kronk's face.
There we go.
Because I'm sorry, if you big muscular guy, all I can think of is Patrick Warburton.
And the plan. It's all coming together.
Yes, it's all coming together. you know what? That's the fun now. Kronk sleeping with Titus's face.
There we go. Yeah, and then but Photon Earth, fucking badass form, man. It looks good.
Yeah.
Like, gold. Who would have fucking thought that gold looks really good on an Ultraman? Like fucking Royal Mega Master, fucking Rube. Like Ultraman Rube looks fucking good.
Rube
in gold.
Looks good. This form.
Fucking like Ultraman King.
Ultraman King. He's more of a silver.
Yeah, he's got some gold on him.
Not really.
Okay.
He's more silver. Mm. You know what? Yeah, he does have gold on him. Sorry, I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, that's where like the Royal Mega Master part comes from.
But I feel like we're missing someone. Who? Oh yeah, Tregear's in this.
Oh man, fucking Kurosawa. He's just like he hasn't been a more part of the show either, which is kind of disappointing because he's a good character, a good villain, but like let's see him more. Like I get it, his role is supposed to be he's like behind the scenes, he kind of watches everything as it unfolds, and then like gets involved when he needs to. Like
hell, he shows up in like the very last minute of like this episode,
when, like he just taunts Taiga. Taiga punches him, and he's like, "Oh, I almost felt that."
But I feel like that's showing like Taiga in Photon Earth form. He's no longer underneath Tregear like power wise. He's now at like. They're both equally balanced.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, if they had a full-on fight, they would be on par with each other. Which is why Taiga's next form that he's going to probably outmatch freaking Tregear.
That reminds me of my two main characters in, like, my anime I made up in my head. Where, like, they're both brothers, but they don't know it. And so every time they fight each other, they can't defeat each other because they're both fully equally matched, and then they find out they're brothers, and they're like, "Oh, that's why we can't defeat each other because we're brothers. We know what the next person, the other's going to do," and then they end up working together because they're like rival teachers.
So yeah, so Trigger vanishes, and then Kirisaki's like, "Oh yes, enjoy your new phone, but less. Bye." And then the Net Idol's just like, "Oh,
I'm gonna be a regular Net Idol.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a regular Net
I'm gonna
Idol.
use my powers for good.
Yeah.
Yeah." So like overall, this 2-part was okay. Like Fuma did some cool shit, I'll admit.
Yeah, Fuma was fighting alien Babaru because it's like, oh, he's fast, and Fuma's like,
I'm faster, bitch.
I'm faster.
And they do like the traditional, like, they go by each other, and then like Fuma's like, yeah, got you, motherfucker, and he's like, ah,
you're too slow.
I will say, like, I'm still not a huge fan of Fuma's personality, but I will say his fighting ability, pretty damn good. Like, Fuma's a pretty formidable fighter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this 2-part, it was okay.
Hopefully next episode's a bit better.
Taiga's wavering a bit, so come on.
Pick it up a bit.
Pick it up a bit, please.
But you know what's not dripping? Freaking audio dramas. So yeah, episode 6 and 7, Titus's origin story.
Can we have that as a fucking series? A movie? We just have a Titus fucking movie?
Unfortunately, we can't. So, the anime is owned by Sunrise, which means we can't make any new content
based around fucking U40 or Genius.
We can't have a direct new content about it, which is why Titus is kind of like the spin-off thing.
Well, then don't have it be about Joni. Have Jonius in it. Just be about Titus's origin.
Yeah, but it's like we can't. Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
but
I'm not saying make an anime. I'm saying make a fucking live-action movie miniseries just about Titus's origins into becoming an Ultraman.
And it's weird because like all the other audio dramas before this are like roughly 4 to 5 minutes long. Part 2 is like 6 minutes, where the last part, episode 7, is like 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's fucking long. Like yeah,
this
it's
entire
almost 20 minutes for like plus. It's almost like half an hour for his full origin.
Yeah, plus part 5, that's like 40 minutes worth of like just talking.
Yeah, and like Titus's story, it's so engrossing. Like you can't help but just sit and just like have like your hands on your underneath your chin, and you're just like listening, like, wow, like the fucking shit this man has gone through to become what he is today.
Like
it's incredible.
Hell, we find out. So Titus, yes, he comes from U40, but he wasn't born there.
No.
Apparently, he was born in the Dark Nebula with the Dark Nebula Empire, which Heller is not his dad, but one of the soldiers are. So, in which we presume his parents sent him to planet U40 to be like, we made our decisions in life, but our child hasn't.
Yeah, no, he cannot be what we are.
Which, that kind of reminds me of the O-Ranger finale, with like the O-Rangers meet up with like the last surviving general from like Queen Banshina, like counterpart, and she's holding the baby of like Prince Sprocket, whatever. And like, she's like, are you literally going to kill a baby that's done nothing wrong? You decide that. She drops the baby down, she kills herself. And that leaves the O-Rangers with the biggest decision. It's like, do we kill this baby? Do I have to say that? Do we kill a baby?
Do they?
No. The robot guy from Zeo took care of the baby.
Oh, okay.
Auric.
Oh, okay. But yeah, and just like he gets into it, and like they're having a giant battle with like a bunch of like kaijus just like fucking up.
Yeah, this giant kaiju is freaking like just rampaging through this freaking. And there's only 20 of them fighting.
Yeah, and so like they're like and they have like their warrior forms, but then Titus is the only one who refuses to change into his warrior form. Just because he feels ashamed about like what he is.
Yeah.
And like all the soldiers are like fuck you, man. Like, why aren't you transforming? You're a coward. You're not helping us. Like, you can help us turn the tide of the battle. And like the general who's like leading all of them is just like, hey, like back off. Like, it's his choice if he doesn't want to fucking do it.
No, he's the one that's fully on his ass about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's his best friend.
It's his best friend.
Yeah, it's his best friend / brother, Mate.
Mateus.
Yeah, Matea.
Yeah, Mateus.
He's the one that's all like he's the one that helps him out because
Yeah.
like he's his brother. But the thing he doesn't help him out with at first is Titus doesn't. The reason why Titus doesn't want to transform is because what's his purpose? He doesn't really have a purpose to transform.
Yeah.
And it's like Mate doesn't really have an answer for him until he's dying. He's like, you know what you do? You protect the people that can't protect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do.
Yeah, and then he gets the courage, and then he grows, like, to Ultraman size.
Yeah, it's like not only can he ultra change, he can be a gigantic hero.
And what's cool is we get like during these audios we get like little illustrations, so like we get to see what the kaiju they're fighting looks like. We get to kind of see him holding like Matea in his arms, and then we get to see like Titus grown, but he doesn't have a color timer. That's the thing. It's just Titus, like the Titus suit, but without a color timer. So that was interesting, and like he's like, yeah, like. I was able to grow big. I fucking just defeated that thing with like no effort.
Yeah, he just
any effort.
beat the shit out of it.
The shit out of him.
And then he knocked himself out from being just so much energy at once.
And yeah, it's a huge strain, especially being that big for the first time. Like kind of when Scott went giant man, like for the second time.
Just he wakes up and the funniest thing of all is just like, war's over. The anime happened. Jonius won. It's like, oh, okay,
cool,
I'm okay.
Yeah, and then like even Taiga and Fuma are like really grossed by the
They're
story.
like bawling their eyes.
Oh my god, you never realized your fucking life was so sad.
Well, at least we know why Gene gave you his abilities. You guys are kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, your fathers are evil assholes.
And it's like Taiga's like, well, I guess that's why you became an Ultraman, right? Oh no, I only went gigantic. I trained very hard until I got my star medal. Which leads me into another story.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You know what? It's getting late. Both of you sit down. Okay.
Let me tell you. It all started with this hot girl I knew in class.
Started a long time ago. Ah, great. It's one of those stories.
But this was an awesome, like, just origin story to Titus, and like I want to see this as like a movie.
I want to see this as an animated picture.
Yeah, anime, a movie, a little mini series, like maybe like Ultraman Origin Saga. Have like live action actors playing like him and his brother, and like that'd be fucking sick, man.
Yeah. And then we have our last Tri Squad voice drama, episode 8, The Next Opportunity. So Fuma and Titus are kind of pissed.
They're jealous of why Taiga gets to have this new power and they don't.
Come on,
Titus is like, it was my fucking idea.
It's like, my fucking
so
idea.
I could have, like, Taiga's like, well, any of us could have gotten it. He's like, I could have gotten it? Man, I could have had, like, a cool, like, photons.
I wanted to try out the photon ability.
And, like, Fuma's like, yeah, I could have had, like, a gold wave shuriken attack or something. And Taiga's like, guys, it's mine. The Hiroyuki wanted to use me, and he's like, no, you made him use you first.
Oh, Hiroyuki, let's use this ability. I'm like, I was just doing that for encouragement.
So yeah, they're blaming, they're thinking he made Hiroyuki choose him on purpose.
And then Titus is just like, you know, this kind of reminds me of Ultraman Gaia. Ultraman Gaia. Titus, who the fuck is Ultraman Gaia?
He's Ultraman. Yeah, so like apparently Titus knows even Ultraman from like other fucking dimensions.
AKA other shows.
And then the weirdest one, let Gar talk about this.
So, Titus knows about his fellow Ultramen from other universes, and he scowls Fuma and Taiga about not knowing the majority of them.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you shouldn't just be, like, I don't just train my body, I train my mind, too. Like, learn knowledge.
And it's like, both of you sit down. Okay. Or it's like, oh no, he's going to go on another long story. What do you mean another long story? Nothing. Like, they just keep using the wrong words. And it's like, okay, we'll just shut up. Titus, say your thing. And he's like, good. Now we'll start with the father of Universe Toy 1, Ultraman Nice. And I'm like, hey, I know him.
Yeah, and then it just shows a picture of Ultraman Nice. He's like, yeah!
Ja!
And Ultraman Nice actually looks cool.
From Planet Toy. Fun fact, Ultraman Nice doesn't really have his own show. It was like commercials at the... So they re-aired Tiga in 2000, I think it was. And at the end of each episode, there would be an Ultraman Nice segment.
Oh.
So like just, like promote the new vinyl toys and such.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that audio drama with them just talking. I would have loved to have seen that in live action.
That, you know what, that should have been like the end of this episode. Like she leaves and it's like Hiroyuki's happy, he turns over.
You see the three of them just fucking arguing.
They all have a piece of the photon key and they're all pointing it towards each other. It's like, it's my turn. No, it's my turn.
And Titus just
Guys, it's mine.
Titus just grabs them by both their heads, just being like, no, you fucker, stop. It's my watch.
No, they all have because think of it, it's a triangle, so they all are holding a piece.
That'd be funny. Do more segments with the little mini Ultraman.
Go full Imagine with them.
Go fucking ham.
Go to town with these
Go to town
guys.
with them.
And with that, I think, oh my goodness, I don't know how long this episode's been going on
But
for.
anyways, it was fun.
Yeah, this is a way better episode. So yeah, this has been Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, episode 97. It's all Shuwaing together. It's all Shuwaing together. And next time you see us, we will be back with more Denko Chojin Gridman.
Fuck yeah. Always down for some Gridman.
Yeah, so as always, thank you for listening, and schwa for now.
Schwa for now.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to this episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. We appreciate your dedication to listening.
If you have an opinion on the news or shows we talked about, leave a comment down below. #comments for Lane.
If you want to check us out on other social media pages, you can check out our Twitter pages. As always, you can follow me at twitter.com/autobot.
You can follow me at twitter.com/Lane_.
For other pages, you can find my blog, Gar's Toku Blogs, on facebook.com. And while you're on Facebook, why not give Radio Sentai Castranger a follow?
For older episodes of our shows, you can find them at castranger.podbean.com. And we also have some merch, such as t-shirts and bags, available at tpublic.com.
That's all for this exciting episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger. Until next time,
Schwa for now!